Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am here with something a little bit different. A Halloween tier ranking special. Now what I mean by tier ranking is that I have created 4 specific columns where I am going to place each of these Halloween movies, from top being the best and bottom being the worst. As you can see, the best is The Legend, a Michael Myers classic, followed by A Good Time, then followed down to Watchable, and then the lowest score of Horrific. Once we've gone through all of these films, I will then put these movies in order from worst to best in my opinion. So sit back, get comfy, and let's have some fun. Okay, so I am not going to be ranking these in film order. This part of the video is just going to be random. So starting this list off is Halloween 2, and I am going to put this one into A Good Time. I know there are, a lot of diehard fans who think Halloween 2 is just as iconic as the original, but I don't personally feel that. I mean, it's a great sequel, and I do have a good time with it, so yeah, it's gonna go in A Good Time. Next is Halloween H2O. Now, I absolutely loved Halloween H2O when it first came out. I remember rewatching it over and over again, and once upon a time I probably would have put this into the Michael Myers Classics section, but I think as time has gone on and I'm getting a little bit older, I don't really feel the same way about this movie these days to what I did back then. However, I do still have a good time with it, so this one is also going to be put into the good time section. Next, we have Halloween 2018. Now, for me, this is an easy one. I'm sticking it into The Legend, Michael Myers Classics. I absolutely love this film. I've rewatched it so many times. I know there are a lot of debates, over these new 3 Halloween movies that came out in recent years, and do you know what? That's okay. We all have our own opinions, but for me, Halloween 2018 is up there as one of my favourite sequels ever. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Unfortunately, this one has to go into Watchable for me. Halloween 6 is a little bit of a mess. There are 2 versions of this movie, the director's cut and the theatre cut, and don't get me wrong, there are some good little moments in this movie, but it really does fall flat in a lot of places. I hate the way that they just killed off Jamie Lloyd near the start of the movie. She was a legendary character from the previous 2 movies, and then we are left with this bunch of these new characters who, in my opinion, are very easily forgettable. But every now and again, when I am in the mood, I do go back and rewatch this, not often, but sometimes, which is why I'm gonna stick it into the watchable category. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Oh god. I was so disappointed with this movie when it was first released. This one is a horrific watch for me. Look, I know Rob Zombie does things differently, but I just hated this whole film. I have only ever watched it once, so there isn't that much that I can remember, but the things that I do remember are just some of the things that I hated about the film. I remember a guy being trapped in a car, and he was just shouting, fuck, 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 like literally about 20,000 times over and over again. This scene went on forever. And didn't Michael Myers speak at one point in this film? Yeah, no. This one is going in the horrific pile. Ooh, this one brings me nicely onto Rob Zombie's first Halloween remake, which I thought was a pretty good remake. Once again, though, I have seen 3 different versions, I think it is, of this movie. I know I've definitely seen 2 different endings when watching these over the years, and there was also a completely different scene when Michael escapes from the nut house. It's very strange, very odd, but nevertheless, I've seen all versions, so I have a good time with this movie. I was kind of borderlining it on watchable just because of certain things that happen in the film, but no. I do enjoy this film regardless of those certain things that annoy me. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. The only Halloween film that has nothing to do with Michael Myers and takes us on a completely different journey, different movie, different story. I didn't like this film when I was a kid. I remember sticking it on for the very first time and being really, really angry that there was no Michael Myers in this film. I couldn't understand it. However, as I have gotten older and rewatched this movie with my adult eyeballs, I have grown to enjoy this entry. I just don't quite understand why it was called Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It just should have been a completely separate horror movie, because this is pretty much what it is. Anyway, I am going to stick this one into watchable, because even though I do have an okay time with it, it's not quite a good time entry. Halloween Ends. Oh dear, dear, dear me. I actually did a review on this movie at the time of it being in the cinema, and I tried to play devil's advocate with this movie. But do you know what, guys? As time has gone on and as I've gone back and rewatched it a few more times, I have really grown to despise this movie, and it makes me really, really sad. I mean, if ever there was a poster to feature the most let down final movie in a horror franchise, this would be it. I could talk about so many reasons why I hate this movie, but we would literally be here all day. However, I will mention this one thing. A character called Corey fighting with Michael Myers in a sewer, and Corey kicking Michael's ass and stealing his mask. No, I'm sorry, but Halloween Ends has to go into watchable, and the reason for that is that there are some, not many, but some scenes that do make this movie worth watching, even if it's just once. Moments like the junkyard scene and the people of Haddonfield taking Michael's body to be crushed. Yeah, there are a few tiny, minute moments, which is, the reasons for this is why it saved this one from ending in the horrific category, but only just by the skin of its teeth. The original 1978 Halloween, where it all began. This is where Michael Myers was born. Now, this should come as no surprise to anyone that this one is going straight to the top of the legend Michael Myers classics, because that is what it is. It is a genuine horror classic. Not much more to say on that one. Ooh, we got Halloween 4 now, and I am going to actually stick this one into a good time. Halloween 4 is definitely one of the better sequels to come out of the Halloween universe, and I always have a good time watching this film. I've probably rewatched this film about 50 times, no joke. It's not quite at the same level as, say, a Michael Myers classic, but it's nearly there. And this moves us quite nicely onto Halloween 5, the direct sequel, which does take a little bit of a nosedive in quality for me, but it's not a horrific entry. It's still very watchable, in my opinion, with some really, really super intense scenes. So I'm going to stick this one into the watchable category. Halloween Resurrection. Where do I even start with this one? Halloween Resurrection is one of the most shittest Halloween movies I have ever seen. And not only do they kill off Jamie Lee Curtis's character in this movie, but they turn this whole film into a story of Big Brother pop culture style TV show with reality wannabe stars, really annoying ones as well. And it was just absolutely horrific. I hate this movie. This is going to be very easy for me. It's going straight into the horrific category. And finally, we have Halloween Kills, another entry on this list that actually divides horror fans. Look, I absolutely love this film. I love Halloween Kills. It is one of my favorite Halloween sequels. There are so many epic, dramatic moments in this movie. I mean, I am really torn where to stick this one. It's either going to have to go into the good time Michael Myers classics, or it's going to have to go into good, just a good time. Do you know what? I'm going to stick it in a good time, because I feel that if I thought that this was a Michael Myers classic, then I wouldn't even be hesitant about it. I would have just stuck it in there. So I'm going to put it into a good time for now, but that could change in the future. So that is all of the Halloween movies up on the tier list. Now I'm going to decide in order from worst to best. Start that countdown. And that is my list from worst to best, with Halloween Resurrection firmly at the bottom at number 13. Then at number 12 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. At 11 it is Halloween Ends. And at number 10 it is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Number 9 is Halloween 6 The Curse of Michael Myers. Number 8 is Halloween 5 The Revenge of Michael Myers. We've got Rob Zombie's Halloween remake at number 7. The original Halloween 2 at number 6. Halloween H2O is at number 5. Halloween Kills we've got at number 4. Halloween 4 at number 3. Halloween 2018 at number 2, and of course the original 1978's Halloween at number 1. That is a lot of Halloween films, but here is a question for you guys. Would you like to see even more brand new Halloween movies? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below, and also guys, let me know what you thought of my tier ranking of the Halloween movies. Do you agree or do you disagree with my list? Let me know and let's chat. Okay then guys, we have reached the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more horror content. And on that note, stay safe, stay spooky, and I'll see you next time.